Yes, a man convicted as a teenager in a 1994 Jefferson County murder case is getting a chance for a new hearing after a ruling from Wisconsin's 4th District Court of Appeals. Michael Maldonado was just 15 years old when his cousin Douglas Vest and another boy, Joshua Yankee, shot Reuben Borchert in his home in rural Jefferson County. And that case became the subject of TV episodes and books. Borchert was divorcing his wife, Diane Borchert, a teacher's aide at the local high school, who promised Vest money, jewelry, and vehicles to commit the crime. Both Vest and Yankee testified that Maldonado pulled the trigger and received shorter sentences after their convictions. But Maldonado said he was home sleeping at the time. Still, a jury convicted Maldonado in 1995 of first-degree intentional homicide, party to a crime. He was sentenced to life in prison. In 2022, Vest and Yankee admitted their testimony against Maldonado was false and that Vest actually shot Reuben Borchert. Maldonado asked for and was granted a new evidentiary hearing, planning to call 3 or 4 witnesses. But the day before the hearing, the court announced it would only hear arguments from both sides and ultimately ruled against a full hearing. The appeals court ruled this month that the evidentiary hearing should be held, and Maldonado will return to court in May for a status hearing on that case.